What's up? This for no fame. Now, this is a topic we got to talk about, and it's some things that went on. A lot of people miss. A lot of people might have didn't know about the situation. But Charlamagne crossed the line. You know what I'm saying? Charlamagne crossed the line about a month ago in December 2021 when he sat down with the Vice President of the United States, Miss Kamala Harris. And we all know that Charlamagne is a clown. He's a jester. He always portrays foolish behavior, and he loves to disrespect people. In this situation right here, he tried to make a mockery and a fool out of our wonderful vice president of this wonderful country. You know what I'm saying? It's the home of the free and the brave. And with that being said, Charlamagne, he tried to show his so-called intelligence, and he got beside himself, and he got a little arrogant, and he got slick, disrespectful, so she had to check him. Now we're gonna take a look into this. For those who didn't see it, the link will be in the description box. Charlamagne asks Miss Kamala Harris if Joe Manchin was the president. Basically, he tried to be slick. He was trying to say that our president Joe is not the president, and that Joe Manchin is the president. So he asked, you know what I'm saying? He asked Miss Kamala, was Joe Manchin the president, or is it Joe Biden? And Charlamagne quickly said, I can't tell. And they was talking on, it happened so fast. When she went to check him, and while she was checking him, he said something slick. He said, I can't tell. And then at that very point when he was trying to be slick out his mouth, before Kamala Harris cut him off and checked him and told him, don't start acting like a Republican, then Charlamagne asked, do you think Joe Manchin is a problem? See, in my opinion, it's all in my opinion. What I peeped, it was like a slap in the face to undermine Kamala Harris by mentioning Joe Manchin, which basically was saying that Joe Manchin is running things behind the scenes. And that also is like saying he is really the next in line instead of Kamala Harris. Even though we know she has the title of vice president, CharlamagneDaGod was trying to say Joe Manchin is really running the scene, and he's really the one that really should be next in line. That's what he was trying to say in a very slick manner. And what happened was, in my opinion, Miss Kamala Harris, she checked him. She peeped what he was trying to do, and she checked him real quick. And you'll also see in the video, she wasn't doing no laughing, no smiling. That part when she checked him, it was not an act. It was straight up a G check. You know what I'm saying? And immediately after Kamala answered her, something else that happened in the video that we didn't peep, or some people might, because some people just took this as something that just happened, because we know Charlamagne, he does a lot of BS, and nobody really takes him serious anyway, even though people on the outside looking in, they think Charlamagne is a very influential person in the Black community, but we look at him like he's a clown. So when I saw the news report, they was having a debate, but they were saying that, Charlamagne is an influencer, and this was the vice president's time to get her point across, without getting upset. But she knows that Charlamagne is a clown, so she didn't try to be political when she checked him. And this is my point. Right around the time, because it was going on at the same time, while she was checking him, they said that her aide, was trying to stop the situation, and immediately after Kamala answered her, they basically went in to speak on it was technical difficulties. So her aide, which was her media aide, her aide is like her assistant, but they basically deal with all media personnel, or things like this is what the her aide is responsible for handling. So at the same time when Kamala Harris was answering Charlamagne, her aide stepped in and said that they were having technical difficulties, and they couldn't hear what Charlamagne was saying, things of that nature, due to the video chat, because this was done on video chat. We got to understand it was on video chat. So at that point, her aide stepped in and they cut it short because they seen it was going in a whole nother direction. And right after that, what a lot of people didn't know is her aide, Simone Sanders, her chief spokesperson, she left after that. Right after that, she left the White House. And it also was said and reported that it was a shakeup within the White House, and others left, or you could say they clean house. There was some things going on, and they needed to clean house. You know what I'm saying? And it was due to a string of media reports of turmoil. So they basically had to get this whole media situation right, because in my opinion, Miss Kamala Harris felt like her aides, her spokespeople wasn't handling situations correct. Or maybe her aide is the one that got her the interview or set up the interview with Charlamagne. I don't know. But either way, Charlamagne tried to get slick, and he tried to get very greasy and slick at the tongue. Therefore, she had to check him. But this is my point of this video. You see that not only did Charlamagne cross the line, you see him cross-dressing. Because some might say this is his humiliation and what he got to do to get back in graces. Now, let's be clear. The pictures of Charlamagne that he released on Instagram, they are Photoshop pictures. But that's just a slick way of him still showing himself in a dress without having to physically put on a dress and physically put on the makeup. He just Photoshopped himself to humiliate himself and make a clown out of himself, also to humble himself so he can get back in good graces. But in my opinion, he crossed the line and he might have went too far. And we might be looking at the start of the ending of Charlamagne's career, because we know Charlamagne has gotten away with a lot of stuff with his slick mouth. We know about the allegations he had on him. My point is, maybe Charlamagne is not going to be useful anymore, and he might be getting ready to be disposed of, because obviously he's trying to get back in good graces. And that's why you see him humiliating himself. Now, it was reported that, when he was dressing up like that, as you can see in the picture, he was supposed to be clowning the Dallas Cowboys. But at the end of the day, we know no man don't play like that. And this happens a week and change. I say about a week and a half, a month, not a month, pardon me, not a week and a half, a month and a half, excuse me. A month and a half after he disrespected the vice president of this country. So now Charlamagne, in the eyes of the Democrats, he's not looking too good right now. He might be looked at as an op. You know what I'm saying? And he's an influencer. So this is a way to humiliate him as an influencer, and he will lose some influence, because now a lot of people are going to see him in this dress and all this type of female attire, like he going to church. And he was also dancing around and doing extra stuff in these particular videos. So Charlamagne is trying to get back in good graces, in my opinion. Also, we got to remember, for those that don't know, he did this before in 2014 when he photoshopped himself with different female wigs on, lipstick and things of that nature. And you also see his career, it makes different jumps, it makes different moves. You know what I'm saying? Because Charlamagne knows exactly what he has to do to keep his face in good graces. But now we might be seeing a string of events. And this another point I will say, when you put in Charlamagne in the search box, as soon as you put in Charlamagne, the first thing gonna come up is Charlamagne in a dress. Out of all the things he did, out of everything he's accomplished, as soon as you put in Charlamagne, the first thing that pop up is Charlamagne in a dress. So this is just my opinion. He disrespected the vice president by trying to make her look like a fool. And no, I'm not a Democrat. I'm not a Republican. I'm just a person that watch how things play out. And I am a citizen of this country, and I'm giving my opinion. So from what I see is Charlamagne tried to disrespect this woman, and she had to check him. But not only that, he did it on national TV. And little did he know, a lot of turmoil was already going on, and he made them look bad in front of the Republicans. So on top of that, we might be looking at the end of Charlamagne's career, or it might be coming to a end, or we might be watching it play out in real life, as it's called falling from grace. And with that note, I'm out of here. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the all notification bell, because I got more to come.